What was the overall effect of that witness for both the prosecution and for the defense?
Well, what I could see from the defense, obviously, what they're trying to highlight here is how the scene was chaotic, how the scene was dangerous. I mean, that's the only hope they have for their client, right? He fired so many bullets into and through apartments where people were living that had nothing to do with this warrant and this raid. And they've got to make that scene as chaotic and dangerous as possible. So the idea of highlighting that this one officer was bringing in a rifle, that he was worried about crossfire, that he felt that the situation may not still be under control. All of that's important for the defense. I think they did a good job of highlighting it. I just don't know if it's enough to carry the day.
Well, let me ask you the follow-up question. The jury has seen a lot of body cam worn footage. And here, this officer testified when he got to the scene, he actually thought the shots into the neighbor's apartment was a targeted apartment. Doesn't that in some way hurt the officer a lot?
I think it's, again, highlighting that whole idea that even this officer is still trying to figure out the terrain. He's not quite sure what apartment it is that they're concerned with. He's not quite sure where the bullets were coming from, if they were going into the apartment, coming out of the apartment. I think that's the point that they're trying to make as the defense is that, like, listen, you show up here, you're hearing gunshots fired, you're hearing officer down. You're trying to respond as best you could, and maybe that wasn't perfect. And that's obviously, I think, the argument they're going to try to make.
Although every time I look at Officer Hankison, he's dressed in that light